Speaking of the business side of it, tell us about what this space is.
So this space is, it's a studio for recordings. And a lot of times I love to make sure I say it's a podcast studio or video ad studio, because when you say recordings, people are thinking it's for music. So the studio is designed for people with podcasts or who's wanting to start a podcast to come in, do their podcast. A lot of business owners are going to video ads right now, so everything is like a little 30 seconds, 90-second video where they're actually speaking or it's a voiceover. So the studio space is available for that. So we are sitting really on one setting. Then I have 3 others. I have 2 set up similar to this, and then we have a green screen.
Right, okay. Yeah. And what gave you the idea to start this?
When I got this space, I was actually going to turn it into a private office for my insurance business. And this section we're sitting, I have a YouTube channel that I do, Coffee with Sabrina. So Coffee with Sabrina is me just spotlighting another business. It's like a 10-minute, chat between a business owner and myself. So in this space, I was going to have my private farmer's office so that I could hire other people and put them in the space we're in right now. And then where we're sitting right now, I was going to create this section for my Coffee with Sabrina.
Okay, cool.
And in the process of me getting the space, one of my full-time employees left. And I thought, well, I don't want to now give up the space. Wasn't going to hire right away. And I also thought, well, maybe I need to stay in that space. So I think overnight, it just, I decided, you know what, I'm going to turn this entire space into a studio. And it turned into a business, Got the LLC, created the LLC, the vision. Immediately I had the vision for the space, how I wanted it to look. I wanted people to come in and feel very light and be transparent. So the idea was just an overnight thing. I had no time to overthink it.
Have you ever had other business ventures in the video, social media kind of space, podcast space?
No. No business ideas. Never really liked getting in front of the camera. So 3 years ago or 4 years ago, you couldn't get this out of me.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
And what came first, the social media studio or the Coffee with Sabrina?
Coffee with Sabrina.
Okay.
Coffee with Sabrina, yeah. So it was during like COVID time. I think it was more 2021 when we were coming out of it. We still weren't we weren't coming to the office for the insurance business. This just started, this is new, but I had the insurance business. So I would go to this coffee shop, it's called Well Grounded Coffee Community in Dallas. And I would meet, so many people were walking in and started talking about their business. And I was like, you know what, maybe I should just, kind of, let's record this. Do you mind recording? So I started recording on my phone, no microphones. The first one I did, you couldn't hear anything because it was so loud. But I really wanted to spotlight other businesses because we were coming out of the pandemic. The people were really struggling still, just like I was. But that was just my way of giving back and helping because the whole show is really based on them.
Cool. And I assume you have a nice network of friendly other businesses in the Mesquite area. How big is the scope for Coffee with Sabrina?
Actually, anyone that wants to do it. This year is going to be when I started it really started as exactly what I told you. This year I'm a little bit more intentional about doing it and really asking people, and of course the people that come on my show, just so that you know, it's people that I know, like, and trust, people that I do business with or I will do business with. So no one comes on my show that I'm not really sure. I don't want to portray that for the audience. So this year it's about really just asking people, and it's not just here in the Mesquite area. I've had people in the North Dallas area. I have one lady, she's actually coming in from Amarillo in a month, and she's going to do a Coffee with Sabrina. And eventually we may expand, but right now we're just testing this out to see how people are reacting, how the audience is going to react. The show is just a little bit longer than it was, a little different concept of I used to just ask questions and they answered. Now I'm allowing them to talk, and that's bravery, right? Allowing people to just talk and keep it within a time. Cool. So it's very open to anyone that would like to come into the studio and do a coffee with Sabrina. I am no longer doing it at anyone's location or at a coffee shop. It's going to be done in the studio.
Cool. And it's the studio itself is called
BrassOlea.
BrassOlea?
BrassOlea Studios, yes.
Okay. Where did that name come from?
So the BrassOlea, so brass came from brassica, and brassica is the mustard tree, and then olea is the olive tree. I really found those two names and those trees, and so brassica is actually listed in the Bible as the mustard tree, and olea is listed as the olive tree in the Bible. And I was looking up names, and I wanted something to resonate with who I am. And the meaning of these two trees resonated. Brassica resonated with me as from childhood to growing up, and some of the words, some of the life experiences actually fell into the words the meaning of this tree. Olea is really who I am, but mainly the transformation of who I'm becoming. And so the becoming, we all have a becoming, right? We're all going to evolve. And so that's where that olea part came in, because I needed to combine both.
And how long has this been running? You said like around COVID time?
The studio? No, the studio was launched December of 2023.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, we had a grand opening December 18th.
Right, yeah. All right. And what sort of clientele have you had?
Oh wow, this is amazing. So I have had mainly business owners, but I just signed a client from Pennsylvania. This is fantastic because he has a business, it's called the Creative Offices, and he does websites and social media stuff. So, but most of his clients, he was living here in Dallas, in Texas, and he and his family moved to Pennsylvania. So a lot of his clients are still here. A lot of his clients, because we've known him for so long, we are still utilizing him when we need stuff. So we just signed an agreement that we're going to do business together, and he's sending his clients here to the studio, and it's fantastic. It's a done deal. All my interaction on the business side is with him. And then I just schedule with his clients, and they come in and do their videos.
Cool, right.
So that's a new avenue. I would love for more podcasters. I have one regular podcaster. She comes in every Tuesday, and she films her podcast. And then I have business owners that are coming in, trickling in, and doing their video ads.
Cool. And for people who want to rent out the space, is it like hourly or daily or weekly? Like, how does the signing up for use of the space, how does that work?
So I have them listed as sessions, and each session is an hour. And so if they want to rent an hour, the minimum is an hour. So they have to rent an hour. But what I've been seeing with a couple of my clients, they don't have content for an entire hour. I have one. She wants to come in and do 15-minute videos because of her product. When it's completed, she would like to come and just show the product and then go deliver it to the client. So they can break up the increments. If they do the hour, they can break up 15 minutes, 10 minutes, however they want to do that, and come in and use it studio time. So they have an hour however they want to use that. I also have I stack the sessions, and as the sessions stack, it becomes cheaper. So right now we have up to a 12 session package. So if they come in and they say, okay, I just want 12 hours or 12 sessions, they have 12 hours and they can use that however they want. There will be an expiration date on it for sure. It's not like a forever thing. But when they come into the studio, they have the time and then they have all the equipment.
Cool. And BrassOlea offers the ring lights, green screen, camera, tripods.
Camera, microphones.
Yeah.
Yes, and we have several types of microphones. Yeah, all the lightings and everything you might need.
Cool.
So they're welcome to, we have the phone props also, we have the phone props on the lights and on other things. If they want to put their phones on there, they can also record with their phones, but the camera is always available. And then we put that on a drive, an external drive, and they can have that. Yeah.
And what are some of the benefits of coming to BrassOlea versus doing it at home?
Oh my gosh, I so love that question because I'm trying to get that out there. First of all, most of my videos were done outside of a studio in the past, right? So I have about 2 years worth of content, and now I'm doing stuff in the studio. So I personally can see the difference in my videos. But the benefits of doing it in a studio is that all the equipment in the studio is upgraded. The lights are upgraded, they're professional lights, professional camera, and then the setting is here. You're not using the same background. You're not seeing the blur that you see on some of these home videos because of the lighting, because of the type of equipment we have. Whether you shoot with your phone or the camera, because of the way the room's set up and the lights and the other equipment, you can see that it's done professionally versus doing it at your house, trying to create some type of background. A lot of people are doing these backdrops that you see, and then you can see a shadow. You can sometimes, if the AC unit comes on, you can see it blowing in the background so it doesn't look real. So just a lot of different things of using a professional studio versus doing it at home. Doing it at home, yes, it's not a bad thing. It's not wrong. But if you're looking for something more professional, then using a studio is the best.
Yeah, okay. Anything else you'd like to add?
We have some add-ons. So when you rent the space, you have all the equipment, like we just talked about. But also, if you come in and you want to do videos, but you're scared, you're like, I don't want to be in front of the camera, I don't know how to. I do have video coaching. So if you want to do some video coaching, it's by the hour. So I feel in an hour I can get you ready to at least do one video in front of the camera. We have editing that we outsource. So also if you come in, you don't want to spend the time editing your videos, or if you don't know how to use the green screen and edit in the background, then I have someone that we would outsource. All the add-ons are of course extra charges, but it's really worth it sometimes. It saves a lot of time. Yes. I have regular coaching, I have advanced coaching, I have the editing, and we added business consultant under the add-ons, because what I've been seeing in the last couple of weeks is even though people need to create content to do video ads, I realize that the studio can offer a whole lot more, because then we get into structure and strategies of their businesses, and I'm like, okay, well, let's add business consultant, because I think for some people we may need to do some business consultant before we get to the video coaching. So we just added that about a week ago.
Right, okay. And how many, do you have you said you had one regular on Tuesdays doing a podcast. Do you have any other regulars besides the new contract with the people?
The new contract. I don't have any other regulars right now, and so we're focusing on trying to do that. Keep the studio doors open every day. Keep the studio full every day. Doing recordings at least. If we can do 1 or 2 a day would be great. So focusing on trying to get more regulars, because it makes things easier. And then they know the equipment. Sometimes it's easier sometimes if I can't be here, I'll tell my Tuesday podcaster, hey, you know how to operate the camera, I'm not here, but so it'll be set up for you.
Cool. And how does one try to rent out the space? Is it call you? Do you have a website? What's that like?
So a lot of times if I'm talking to someone, of course they can talk to me, they can call me. Most people have my cell phone number, but we do have a website, and it's called BrassOlea Studios .com.
Okay.
So all the information's on there. We have some phenomenal pictures on there. There's a couple videos on there. So if they're looking, they can go check us out first. Prices are on there. I am not afraid to put the prices because we are priced. We're in Mesquite, but we are priced for people to come in with the same or higher grade equipment than some other studios have. So the prices are on there. Feel free, if anyone wants to know, just go on there and look at that. So.
Should be good.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very